So I'm going to talk to you about Buttgate. Basically, Buttgate is what happens when someone says something about a character's butt. Here are my two cheeks on the issue. Why is your young daughter watching this at all? Let me quote you from the original post from Blizzard that has blown up into script Buttgate. I have a young daughter that every day when I wake up wants to watch the Recall trailer again. Now let's pause it right there. Have no trouble with that. A young daughter watching an animation about a game? That really is no trouble. Here's the next thing. She also knows who Tracer is, and as she grows up, she can grow up alongside these characters. No. For one simple reason. Let me show you.
We are Overwatch. Rated T for teen.
T for teen. Okay, You know your kid is actually not going to play this game, and should not be playing it. Watching the Recall trailer and the other animations is fine. Go right ahead. I have no objection to your daughter watching those Pixar-level animations. But I'm going to be pedantic about this. Like the age rating, as the scientist says, is...
Rated T for teen.
Your daughter should not grow up. Your daughter should grow up to be a teenager. Then she can play it. Thank you. Now, why did I say that? Well, that's very simple. If you look at what this woman says, it's a little... It's difficult to explain. It's not hypocritical, but it is just butting in for butting in's sake. If she talked about some of the game mechanics not being good for the youth, that's fine. There are some game mechanics which I don't think are good for young people in this game. Overwatch has a mechanic that is the loot boxes. Now, we have all seen it in CSGO, Counter-Strike Go, things like that. But it is... I know it is a free-to-play... it's a 40... not a free-to-play, sorry. Most people wish it was, but I think it's right that it's not. Overwatch is a paid-for game. I think that having the boxes there is good, but I don't know. It was just... I'm trying to see her point on this, and I really can't. Because, okay, Tracer has a posterior. I have a posterior. You have a posterior. Everybody has a posterior. So, what's the problem? Yes, that's it. The game is not designed for your daughter. It is designed for a teenage audience. Now, I'll repeat that again. And, well, no, I won't repeat it. Someone else will.
Rated T for teen.
Yes, as the scientist, Winston, actually says, the game is T for teen. I don't mind that your daughter watches the Recall trailer, or any of the other trailers that Blizzard are going to be coming out with for this game. I have no trouble with that. I applaud her for her good taste. And I applaud her for you showing them to her. But in actual fact, you should not be showing her the game being played at all. The recall trailers, the trailers, fine, that's great. You can show the promotional material. But if she asks if she could play the game, your answer should be, as a parent, no. This game is not designed for a young girl. It is designed for a teenage girl. It is designed for a teenage man. It is designed for teenagers and up. It is not designed for a young girl. This is what everybody seems to be missing. It's... okay. Being a white cis male, whatever the fuck that means, I don't care that you don't like something that I like. That's fine. I don't care if you don't like things like Chuck, or the Thrawn Trilogy, or GTA. I don't care. If you like me, and I produce that kind of content, you don't like watching it, fine. Fine by me. If you just like my rant videos, that's good. Now, if you say, just because you don't like me doing other videos, you don't want me to do those videos, as in the GTA streams, the Thrawn Trilogy, things like that, I would go and tell you to take a long walk off a short bridge. No, that's not quite the right phrase. It's a long walk off a short pier. Yes, long walk off a short pier. But I am trying to be impartial about this, but I don't think I can be. There is a problem with people trying to censor media everywhere. The Australians have a lot of trouble with games, and okay, that's fine. If they want to censor it, that's fine. But it's their legal system. They can censor it as they wish. But I live in a completely different country to this woman, I think. She don't think she's British, but I personally don't think that anybody should be allowed to censor anything. Is it offensive? Well, here's my censoring questions. Is it offensive to the general population? Is it offensive to the target audience? Is it offensive to... well, no. Let's try that again. Is it offensive to the target audience? Is it offensive to the non-target audience who are age appropriate? No, I don't think it is for either of those questions. Is it making the artist change their work for no real reason, for taste and decency? Was her butt naked? No, I've seen it. It's a nice round butt, but it wasn't naked. So, no. It shouldn't have been censored. But I am not chastising Blizzard. Blizzard Entertainment is pretty much in between a rock and a hard wall, or rock and hard place, and they are stuck right in the fucking middle, and I feel for them. I really do, because this game is... I would die to get into the beta list. I would love it. I would just be like, screw all other games. This is the game I'm going to be playing for the next eternity. Because it is not a TF2 clone. It is something that we have not seen. in quite a while in gaming. It's I'd say it's a bit like a new Unreal Tournament, only good. Because the last few Unreal Tournaments were rubbish. But this, it's got a lot of character, it's bright, it's lovely, it's great. Now, what Blizzard did was right. They basically played it by the book. This blew up for no real reason. If everybody had just ignored this post, it would have not happened. Blizzard and Tim wouldn't have noticed it, and nobody would have been making videos about it. I wouldn't have been, because nobody would have known. The problem is that the gaming community is very harsh against censorship. We can thank Anita Sarkeesian for that. She is a pariah to gamers, and no goddamn reason, there is no goddamn reason that she is ever going to change. She promised us a series of videos, and she reneged on the promise. The series of videos have not been completed, and frankly, gamers are rather pissed off with her, because she created this sort of league of social justice warriors, which I still don't understand. What the hell is a social justice warrior? What are you talking about? What is even the meaning of this bullcrap? I'm sorry, if you look at some things and think, well, okay, this is a problem, and it's a problem about a computer game. Okay, work that through in your head. We currently have several wars going on in the world. People are starving, people are homeless, and you want to worry about somebody's butt in a computer game. Really? Social justice warriors want to worry about that? Are we kidding? There is a lot more important things to worry about in the world. Well, and then I know somebody could write it in the comments, but I'm worrying about it. Yes, because I like the medium, I want the medium to grow, and I want the medium to flourish. The medium is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It doesn't need anybody's help to flourish, but we need to help the industry understand that some things cannot be done. Such as, what was the recent one? It's not particularly recent, but there were some things that we just do not like as a gaming population. And if we did not speak up, the gaming industry would suffer another crash. I can pretty much guarantee it. But what we do not like to have is people giving us stuff we don't want. We want games that we love. And at the moment, we're doing quite well. What we don't want is people who don't understand about games. Now, I'm not saying this woman didn't understand about the game. I'm not saying she isn't a Blizzard fan. I'm not saying this against her. I'm saying she has gotten onto the wrong path about doing this. Because A, her daughter is not of age to be playing that game. So, she should not be in the room when it's being played. It is not of an age-appropriate piece of entertainment. And I do not want to hear from somebody saying, well, I can bring up my child however I like. Yes, I would like to. Yeah, did your child want to go to Deadpool? Did you take him to Deadpool, the movie? Yeah. Is he scarred for life? Well done. Yeah, I feel that age-appropriate stickers are there for a reason on everything. Every type of media has an age-appropriate sticker. It is law in the UK, it's law in the US. The gaming industry had to do it. We've done it. The gaming industry has done it. And what annoys me the most is that when you see people playing COD who shouldn't be allowed to buy COD. This... I know I'm rambling, but this is the problem. It's like you've got a kid in a room sitting there playing COD who's barely a teenager. And you're worried about somebody seeing a butt in a different game when the other person is playing a game that shouldn't be played by their age group. I think you are fighting the wrong fight. I'm not against what you do. I'm against how you're doing it. You're aiming at the wrong targets. There are drug lords out there. There are people who are evil out there. There are pedophiles. Lion Maker for one. I think I'll put that in the tags, see what I get. But basically, there are people who are pedophiles. There are people who are evil out there. You should be protecting your children from that, not protecting them from a butt in a game they should not be playing. I'm not saying they shouldn't be consuming it, as in the media that is generated from the game, but they should not be playing it. So they shouldn't be able to see at all the butt pose. Do you see where I'm coming from? Nobody else is... When I read that in the post she made, I thought, you're being pedantic. Well, if I can be pedantic as well, and I think I am inscrutably in the right. Being pedantic in the right way is how to do things. So, thank you for watching. I'd love to see the comments on this video. There you go.